Okay, Monday morning in the kingdom, and it's warm here. Yes, the house is warm, the shop is warm, everything's warm. I don't know what is happening. It's the end of January. We should be freezing to death. I might have to move to Wilderness, Alaska to enjoy the cold weather. So this morning we woke up to 0 Celsius. 0. That's it. Lame ass. 0. But feels like -6 because of the wind. Look at the flags. They're in their happy state of being in natural. Oh, the wind. All right. On the yo-yo scale, +32 Fahrenheit. Ooh, this feels so warm. And on the yo-yo scale, feels like +21. Unfrickin' real. This is the end of January. And we're going to have to concede and say that the Swedish kid was correct. Yes, the Swedish kid was correct. Unfrickin' real. And then we're supposed to go up to +1 today. It's going to be melting. Yes, above 0 from the Fahrenheit scale. Yes, 34 frickin' degrees. And then it's supposed to rain tomorrow. That's the problem. Look at my roof. Ooh, where's the roof? Look at that. I don't think we're ready for rain. All right, so we're running low on cherry Kool-Aid to mix with the titty vodka. The staff picked me up this. Look at that. The only choice we have here in WHO-ville. That's it. Cherry Kool-Aid, and it's pre-mixed. You don't add any sugar or anything like that. But we will add the sugar because we need the sugar to get the sugar high. Yes, unfreaking real. So we're going to have to import the Kool-Aid packages. Yes, from the south. These came from California, so we're going to have to import them. Yes, isn't that hard to believe? We're living in Wilderness, Alaska, but in Northern Manitoba, where it's freaking windy, like in Wyoming or Saskatchewan. And we're going to have to import the small packages of Kool-Aid so we can add the sugar to get the sugar high. Unfreaking real. All right, let's attempt to walk backwards. Somebody did a terrible job of plowing the snow. Oh, yes, that's that king of backblade. Oh, wait, that's me. There we go. Look at the flags. All right, looks like we're going to get some sunshine today to help melt the snow at the end of January. So I'm not sure what we're going to do today. We can't do anything. The yard has a snow base, so we can't travel around. We'll make a mess. Just mush it all over. We can't do the dog trails. We can't do anything because it's too warm. Unfreaking real. So I'm not sure. Maybe we'll have to have a day drinking day. But yesterday we got lots done in the little amount of time. All right. Look at that. Also, too, yesterday morning, I paid the hydro bill, the phone bill, the other bills and stuff like that. So we're good for another month before they take and cut us off again. Oh, did I say that? All right, let's get to work. Here comes the boss. Okay, just about 11 o'clock in the kingdom, and I just came out to the shop here. I was social butterflying on the internet and answering comments and questions on YouTube. All right, so this is the temperature in the shop. The furnace will be cutting in right away, and that's normal. But it feels chilly in here, and also too, I got some firewood here. We're saving these 4x4 pallets and the sides that we put on to keep that, how would you say, Dr. Nickelback, the geologist, happy and stuff like that. Well, it cost me a lot of money, never got paid. So now I'm taking my pallets back, as we say. So that's sideboards will be firewood. This pallet is a cheap-ass, lame-ass pallet. It'll be firewood too. And I just pulled the curtains back on the new part of the shop here. And it's actually warmer in here, okay, than the shop here with the electric furnace, okay? So I think we did good with the, how would you say, insulating the new part and sealing it up because it is windy outside. You've seen that in the morning intro. So I always bring the ash wheelbarrow in the shop at night so it doesn't freeze. So now when I shovel the ash out of the wood stove here, it'll go into here and then we can go dump it with the dogs. Also too, yesterday we only burned 1 wheelbarrow of wood. Okay, so that tells you how warm it is. And we just stocked the stove up at night at 8 o'clock and it smoldered all night. So we watched on the cameras when we had the little cursor reverse in here and it was 40 below and cold. We were burning 5 wheelbarrows a day just to keep the shop warm, but we got lots of work done. All right, let's get the wood stove cleaned out, get the fire on, and decide what we're going to do to see if we have enough talent to fix the hood up here. Okay, that was only 20 minutes to chop up the blue pallet to fit in the wood stove, and we got a 4-foot pallet saved. Yes, and the plywood sides we took off can be repurposed, reused for setting something or crawling underneath a cat or whatever, so that'll go to the the canopy shed, canopy shed, yes. No, canopy container, I'm all confused. Plus, we were able to save the screws, yes, recycle, reuse, repurpose. Welcome to the kingdom. Yeah, these lips need some vodka. Okay, just about lunchtime in the kingdom, and this wood stove isn't burning very well. The damper's open, the vent's open, the door's open, and it's burning slowly. And this is the same wood that was giving us lots of heat the other day, but it's warm outside, so we really don't want it burning hot. Okay, so the problem we have here, I think it was back in 2019 or whatever, we kind of Mickey Mouse the hood here. So we copying it off the first cat we did, the D69U, known as the hood because of the hood. All right. So originally these hoods come right back to the air cleaner. They're very narrow, and that's so the operator can sit in the seat. Oh, hand and eye coordination. So you sit in the seat here, and then you can look down at your tracks, okay? And then if you're landscaping and stuff like that. So it's basically for visibility. So we widen them out so we get heat, all right? So these are the only two cats that will have the windshields, all right, the hood and the Bismarck, because they're basically together. The other two cats, Bigfoot and Rollerless, will be narrow hoods, and they'll look like winter freighting cats, just like the twins, the TD9s, known as Freefall and Kijiji. All right, so what we did back in 2019, I think we had no welding rods, no oxygen acetylene, no chop saw blades, no plasma cutter, no nothing. Yes, the start of the lockdowns and stuff. Oh, wait, we never got paid for a big project. Yeah, so that's why the bank account was empty. So what we have here is a problem here with these pipes. All right, these pipes hit the hood and everything here. The hood's been well abused, and there's actually a pipe inside here, factory, to give it strength. So we're going to start modifying, and we have to make sure that the exhaust hole lines up, all right? So this isn't lining up here. So what we're probably going to do is cut this off here, add 4 inches, which will give us here, and we'll start over because this is too far gone, too boogered and stuff like that. And then we'll change out down in here where this pipe is. We might go for a round rod or something smaller to fit in that hole. And over here, it's bad, but that's okay. We have a hammer, we have a plasma cutter, and a MIG welder on gasless wire, so we can create an illusion to make this hood fit. Okay, I'm outside. If you can't figure that out, have a drink. Okay, this is a D69U known as the hood, and there's the hood, all right? But we're running these canvas curtains or whatever, canopies or whatever they're called. Well, 1, we can't afford those. 2, we can't afford them. 3, we can't afford them. So we've been running the plywood like the old timers. Okay, oh wait, the old timers ran the canvas because it was easy to work with. So this is what happens with the hood. That gives you all the heat, and it comes back, all right? We have canvases for on here. Okay, you can see the latchy bolt right there. So we can close ourselves right in. Okay, even right back to here. So our head just sticks out, and it is freaking warm in here. So our feet are sweating and our nose is cold, but we have the windshield, and that's the whole idea of putting the windshields on these cats. Okay, got the hood off, no problem. Yes, the dogs helped me. But also too, this shows you how narrow it gets. Back in 2019, we found this guy's name here, Frank. Yes, 1950 to 51 season, he was driving this cat. So it was brand spanking new, and he was an asshole who scratched his name in the new paint. But we thank him, because if he didn't do that, we wouldn't have a timeline on this cat. Yes, and also too, I marked it on 2021 on freaking real, but that's good. So this is to show you how wide we're having to make this hood. All right, let's go check on the other items. Okay, this is the D69U known as Bigfoot because he's a wide pad. Yes, those are wide pads. And he came from the United States of America. Yes, and his hood and rod is up there. And here is Rollerless over here. He is a true winter freighting cat's holes in the pads, snow sprockets and everything. And his hood is on top of the rod. And over here, I don't know if we can see it. There's 3 motors right there. That's 2 of those motors will go in these cats here, and the other one is for parts. So we got a jimmy rig to make, how would you say, 3 into 2. Oh, that's pretty good math. We'll have to watch Sesame Street. Okay, after lunch in the kingdom, and I enjoyed some grilled cheese, and I didn't burn it or smoke out the house, which is good. All right, so everybody's going to look at this hood and figure I'm nuts. Yes, I am nuts because I live at the end of the world, and I'm going to salvage this hood, okay? Because we have no other choice. This is the material we got. Now, if we were doing the Hollywood filming, I would phone a metal shop down in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and they would take the sheet of steel, put it in the bending brake machine, and bend it and curl it all up and then ship it to me at the end of the world. And I'd just pay for it with my MasterCard or credit card. Yeah, a Visa card, the gold top, because those will be, how would you say that means I have money? Well, I don't have money, but I have an Asian welder. Yes, during the lockdowns or right after the lockdowns, I had both of those Lincolns quit. One was brand new, took it out of the box or dragged it out, worked it 2 days and it quit because the thing was programmed that on a certain day it is to die. Yes, the Terminator. Okay, so this was on the shelf at Canadian Tire in Thompson, Manitoba. We had no choice. It's what they had, and that's what we bought. So we go to Thompson shopping. Over the so-called road, we have a list. But the list is like a guidelines, like Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates Codes, okay? So I don't knock this thing. This thing here is an Asian welder. We could call it the China welder or whatever. It's an Asian welder. It served us well. So that got us through after the lockdowns. It's done a lot of welding. But I want to use up the wire in there because it's a thicker wire, okay? Because the Hobart Handler 100 has the 030. Yeah, 030. Yeah, but whatever. It has a small diameter wire and it's the more expensive wire. It should be used for body work and stuff like that. So using the Asian welder at 035 or 045 or something like that, we're going to use up that wire. We're going to booger weld this thing back together and make a hood. Yes. So that way I can curse and swear every time I go to lift it on and off to change the spark plugs on the cat or something. Yes, spark plugs. Yes, this is a Caterpillar, so there is no spark plugs. If it was a TD18 or a TD9 or a TD6, there are spark plugs. All right, let's get to work. Oh, that vodka's starting to taste good. Okay, that was a little bit of a workout, but I got those pipes off, those heavy-duty pipes. They're now on the floor to be recycled, repurposed, and reused somewhere else. Okay, so these hoods don't fit, okay? And now I can remember why I gave up with the hood, not having a hood like a normal cat, and I went for the wideness, okay? Oh, I got the burps. I just had some peanuts. All right, I made a jig here. This is a stick, all right? So this fits nicely in the, how would you say, the hard nose of the cat. It's got the arms that come back to the cylinders. So this is the front at the rad. That's close. We can get some springy, whatever. All right, so back here, I marked it where the hydraulic hoses end, right there. That's a purple line. There we go. So that's not going to fit. So that's why the struggle is unreal. That's why I cut and modified the other hood. But see, the other two cats, Rollerless and Bigfoot, will not have the hydraulics on it, like the hard nose as they call it on the front. They will just have the normal hood. So I see why I've cut this or used this hood and cut it up, because it's probably the worst beat up hood we have in the inventory. So now I have to figure out how to cut and make this fit in here to make it wider. And these pieces were put on the cat, on the hood, when it was on the cat, so they kind of fit. But we just got to get this thing wider now, and then we know it's going to slide in amongst some hydraulic hoses. Plus I took the wowie beveled thing out, and I'm hoping to run some steel rod down and then kick it out to make it simple. Like, this is unreal. But wait, it's too warm outside. We can't do anything outside because there's a big mud hole or slush hole. So this is a good relaxing job inside the shop, having a couple of drinks to think about it.
Monday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 7:30 a.m. I got up at around 6 this morning, and I'm still not feeling the greatest, but I will attempt to go to work at the school and see what happens there. I can't afford to miss work anyways, so let's head inside, let the dogs out, make breakfast, and then I can get ready for work. 8:30, I'm just getting ready to head to work. As you can see, there's no sun out, there's just a bunch of clouds, and I think we have some fog off into the distance, or maybe that's snow coming. It is pretty warm out here, so I'm sure by the end of the day it will start snowing again. Now it's time to let the dogs in and get to work. 12:30, I'm just getting ready to head back to work. I just had soup and toast for lunch because I'm not that hungry. I'm just eating and helping around with a few classes this morning. They do have a new teacher, so I'm helping her out a bit. So let's let the dogs inside and get back to work. 4 o'clock and I made it home from work. It was a pretty good day, but I'm still feeling really sick. So now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out. I'm going to lay down for a bit and then do the weather. 4:30, and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's 1 degree Celsius, which is 33 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's been pretty warm out there today, which means that snow or rain could be coming. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in. I didn't end up going to the kingdom today because my dad didn't need anything. Plus, with how warm it is, we can't really do much over there, and end my day.
Okay, coffee time in the kingdom, and we're using some more yellow or gray material. This is probably a hood off of a grater that we scrapped. All right, so that's why we save it, because it's good quality material and it's perfect thickness and width or whatever to be used on these projects. So over here, we're ending up with a hood louver. Yes, it's like the muscle cars of the 60s and the 70s. Look at that. But that's what it takes to get this hood to fit. Like, it was just way too narrow. But also too, I cut them out. Plus I cut out my other patch panels down there. And I marked it because this is the square edge. That's the straight edge, okay? Because you're cutting at an angle. By the time I'm all said and done, I'm not going to sit there and grind it perfectly. I'm going to make it fit, just like I did up here, because we have the curvature of the hood and all that, so it's working out good. Also, too, I've switched from the Hobart Handler 100, which is fine tuning controls, over to the Asian welder, which is basically hot and hotter, or whatever, hot and hotter, or whatever. And then we have this little knob here, which is the wire speed or whatever. And it's not very sensitive, not like the Hobart 100. But also too, the fact is we're doing it. It saved our tushy. It works, and we can't knock it, or how would you say? Yeah, knock it. We can't. It does the purpose, okay? And this is their simple handle. They don't give you much cord. I don't know why they don't give you much cord, Yogi. All right, so that's it. All right, and we're burning some thick wire. I don't know if you guys can see that. All right, try that. Ooh, that's worse. Okay, over here. But it is thick wire, and it's serving the purpose. We bought it, we'll use it, and get it done. Okay, I overheated the Asian welder a couple of times, but he wasn't doing too good. He was kind of sputting and putting and stuff like that. So I think I'll remove the wire, take him to the storage shed for a rainy day when we actually really need him. But all right, he did all right, I think. We just puddled right along. But the far better welder happens to be the Hobart Handler 100. Yes, going from that Asian welder to this was day and night. My welds improved once I figured out my speeds and the temperature, so it actually worked out pretty good. But like the Asian welder was putting and spooting, and it was just unreal. And then there's the Handler 100 on there, so that's a totally better weld. And you can see how the Asian welder was just not performing. It's just kind of putting and putting. All right, let's switch out and get this hood flipped around so we can really weld. Okay, 5 o'clock in the kingdom, and I'm going to keep going. Yes, it's warm in the shop. The Hobart is performing well. Going from the Asian welder to the Hobart, it was day and night. It was unreal. So my welds have improved, so that means less grinding. Also, too, speaking of grinding, all right, this is a mess. We save everything, okay? And this is what we're doing now. So this is where you use up your little buffer wheels or your grinding blades, is on this stuff here. So this is where it is feasible or makes sense to use them up, because you don't want to use a good thick one on this kind of crap because it'll vaporize right quickly. We got to save the good ones for the good welds, and these welds turned out very well in here. Very pleased compared to up here with the Asian welder. Okay, so we have some cracks and stuff. This one's going to be fun over here as they were brazing it. But I think if I grind as much off as I can, crank up the heat and burn it in, we should be good. We got our little patch panels here. Also too, for bonus points, always make sure your patch panels are square to the world. So you notice that? That tells you you're a true craftsman. Yeah, right. It makes it look better, and it's easier to paint that way too when you're using the brush and the roller. All right, let's get this thing welded, get it done, and then we can really drink beer, because right now we're just drinking enough to take the taste of the welds out of our mouths. Okay, 6 o'clock in the kingdom, and the welding, we got it kind of sort of maybe. Yes, we kind of got this side straight, and it's not looking bad. Plus the hood has to be bent back down, But in the morning, we'll straighten it out some more because it's supposed to be raining. All right, and then this here, seems how it had 2 holes we welded over. It kind of warped it all to crap, but that's no problem. We got a hammer. We'll beat on it and make it straight. So in the morning, we can see that these are lining up now. All right, so we can figure this out. So we might have to just put a strip over top and, oh, here's my hand. Put a strip over top to give it some strength because we want some strength to it because we've got to be able to, how would you say, survive bouncing off all the rocks in the north. So once we get the front figured out, we can worry about the back. All right, so it's very, very good, very pleased. So, oh well, we had a good day and it turned out good. That hood isn't that bad for lifting on and off compared to the other one on the D69U known as the hood. Okay, we're done for the day. It's freaking warm out here. We got roofs dripping and everything like that. The snow is soft to walk on and everything like that. So it's unreal. It's the end of January and it's too warm. Yes. And I did remember to plug the yard light in, but there's no wood in the stove. I let it die out because it was too freaking hot in the shop, even with the doors open. All right. So hopefully we can get back to being cold and having fun, but if not, we just keep playing in the shop and having fun. So look at the flags, they're in their natural state of being limp. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some more beer, make a video, and we'll talk to you later.